Right geezers, I've got an absolutely stonking build for you today that requires no heavy ammo, no special ammo. You can destroy things with your hand cannon. You only need primary ammo. Look at the state of that. Suspend them and just wreck these champions and other tanky targets very easily. I'm talking about a build with Lucky Pants, and I'm using a hand cannon called Malfeasance, and this combo has been around for a while, Lucky Pants and Malfeasance, but working with the new subclass Strand, it's absolutely fantastic with all the suspension going on. So I will quickly go over what Lucky Pants do. It's got the exotic trait, illegally modded holster. When you're ready, a fully loaded hand cannon that deals kinetic damage or a damage type that matches your subclass energy type. Each hit from that hand cannon increases the damage of the next shot for a short time. Against the combatant, hand cannons ready faster and are more accurate immediately after swapping to them. So basically, you pocket your gun, your hand cannon, it's going to reload it, and every shot that you do, when you draw your hand cannon, it's just going to keep going up and up and up for a period of time. I will break it down as we go a little bit more as well. Malfeasance is probably the best hand cannon to pair with this because it buries tainted slugs into enemies as you go, and after so many shots they'll just explode. So this is a really good pairing, and just on its own it's really strong. As you can see here, it's pretty much deleting champions. It's really good against anti-barriers, unstoppable, because Malfeasance has got unstoppable, and all the suspension effects from the Strand subclass is good for unstoppables as well, but it's really good against all champions, as well as getting the massive damage from the Lucky Pants. I'm also stacking a couple of kinetic surges. Ideally I'd like to stick 3 kinetic surge on to get the maximum damage. I could only fit 2 on, but if you could fit 3 on, go for it. Now you need orbs, obviously. Heavy handed and firepower mod is something I've featured quite a lot because these work perfectly with grapple. Grapple, as long as you grapple onto an enemy, it will count as a grenade kill, so you'll get your orb for your firepower, and then if you melee as well, you're going to create 2 orbs, and that's how I'm getting the constant supply for my kinetic surges to do that even extra damage. And then obviously then we've got the suspension going on, and it pairs absolutely perfectly with the ensnaring slam on the hunter. Activating your class ability move is going to suspend when you land as long as you're near a target. So illegally modded holster, that is what you want to be looking for on that left hand side. As long as your hand cannon is fully reloaded when you withdraw your hand cannon, and you get that sign, that illegally modded holster, that's when you're going to get the extra damage. But as soon as it says this one, out of luck, that's when you want to be putting your hand cannon away and letting it reload up to its maximum capacity. So it just takes a little bit of practice. It's not too difficult, just timing basically. Right, some fragments to use is Thread of Mind, defeating suspended targets grants class ability energy. Thread of Generation, dealing damage, generates grenade energy. These are perfect. Thread of Warding, picking up an orb of power, grants woven mail when them tanky targets are there, get a nice bit of resistance. And Thread of Continuity, suspend and ravel the sever effects applied to targets having increased duration. So while they're also in the air, you can also consider weapons with things like Reservoir Burst while they're up there suspended, and then weapons with Incandescent are obviously a good pairing on top of that. The other thing to consider as well, for actual single target DPS like so, without actually suspending, it still does pack a punch. This setup as well, you do plenty of damage. It's been well covered over the last couple of seasons, and it is a really strong, and it fits absolutely perfectly with the Strand subclasses. This is everything playing out. I will also leave a dim link in the video description. Let me know what you think of this video and the build. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.